Hello, my name is Deidre Williamson, and I'm a graduate student with ECPI University. And today I'd like to share with you a brief video presentation to prepare you for your first day of your clinical rotation. First of all, take a deep breath. Your clinical instructors are here to help you. We've been working with you these past few weeks in the skills lab, getting you ready for this experience. Every nursing student has had a first day of clinical, and they have all survived it. With that in mind, I'd like to go through some do's and don'ts, as well as some reminders to help get you ready for the big day. Being prepared will definitely help calm some of those natural feelings of uncertainty. So before the first day of your clinical rotation, here are some things that you should do. Find out where you are going. Your clinical instructor has given you information about parking. For convenience and cost savings, you may want to reach out to members of your clinical group to set up a carpool arrangement. Make a practice run at the same time of day that you will be traveling to clinical. This will give you a better idea of the amount of traffic that you might encounter. You should also give yourself a little bit of extra time. You don't want to arrive rushed and stressed before the day has even started. Now let's talk about what to bring with you on that first day. It's a good idea to set all of this out the night before. You need to bring with you your stethoscope, a watch with a second hand. You should bring your pen light. You should bring multiple pens. Your friends are going to borrow them. You're going to leave them around. It's also a good idea to bring a pen with multiple colors to help you take notes and keep track of your patient's treatments and medications. It's also a good idea to bring either bandage scissors or trauma shears. Bringing a calculator is a good idea because you're not going to have your cell phone with you. So you need a calculator to be able to do your dosage calculations. Having a clipboard or a notepad is also good. Your reference books, this is a good idea to get together with your clinical rotation group and coordinate who's bringing the drug guide, who's bringing the nursing diagnosis books, so you're all not bringing big heavy books, and to coordinate amongst yourselves. Having a report tool is a good idea to also keep track of your notes, your S-bar, but your clinical instructor may have one of those for you. And an ID badge, either the hospital issued one or your university issued ID badge. As that day comes to a close and the day comes to an end, make sure that you get to bed on time, that you have set your alarm, and you get to bed on time because you have a big day tomorrow. Now, on that first day, you want to make sure that you eat a good breakfast. You know what they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. There's going to be a lot happening on your first day of clinical, and one of the last things that your clinical instructor wants to worry about is when your lunch break is going to be. Your instructor also wants to make sure that you're not going to pass out because you have low blood sugar. You should also bring an easy lunch. Some units don't have a microwave to reheat your food. Some units don't have much refrigerator space, and some units, the refrigerator space that they do have, the refrigerators have not been cleaned in quite a while. Your instructor may want to also use the lunch break to review material. So try to bring something to eat for lunch that is stomach filling, but not time consuming. The most important thing to remember on the first day is to be on time. If you are going to be late, you need to contact your instructor or the unit as you were told to do by your faculty. Now, I think you're going to like this next slide. So here's another piece of advice on making the most of your clinical day. So, like Blake said, when you get to clinical, have some goals in mind. Look for some extra learning opportunities and take notes. That's what having that little notepad or having your clipboard is there for. So now let's talk about some of the don'ts. No valuables. It's a good idea just to have a little zipper purse with just your ID and maybe a few dollars for a vending machine and your car keys. Cell phones, just don't bring them. Uniform violations. I want you to refer to your student handbook regarding any questions about appearance, grooming, and jewelry policies. I want you to remember that your fingernails should be short and unpolished. HIPAA violations. We cannot stress the importance of this enough, and this is why you just shouldn't bring your cell phones with you. Do not look at, open, or interact with a patient's chart that you are not taking care of that patient. I want you to be mindful of where and when you speak about patients in open areas. And I want you to remember the training modules and the classroom discussions that we've had regarding HIPAA. Unexcused absences are going to result in an unsatisfactory grade for the clinical course. If you are ill, if you have a fever, if you are vomiting, or you have an unexplained rash, please go to the clinic or have your doctor take a look at you and have a note to be excused and to be treated. We do not want you to have any kind of contagious illness or to be very sick when you're in clinical. And unprofessional behavior. Unprofessional behavior towards a patient, their family member, faculty, hospital staff, or another student is just not going to be tolerated. Now, I know that this is a stressful time for you and that you've been getting a lot of information thrown at you. So let's see what you've been able to retain. If you want to use either your phone or a laptop, I'd like you to join my Poll Everywhere activity. And here's the code to join. So what we're going to do is throw up a question and create a word cloud. So let's see what you guys put down for what should you bring to clinical. I see stethoscope, that's great. A lot of you put that down. Pen, your ID, yeah, scissors. Oh, I see drug guide got split up, that's okay. And your lunch, yeah, don't forget your lunch. Oh, and water, that's a great suggestion. It's important to stay hydrated too. You won't be able to have water out on the floor, but you can step away to get a drink of water every once in a while too. Well, it looks like you guys have got it, and it looks like you're well on your way to being prepared for your first day of clinic. I want to wish you a great first day, and remember to be prepared, be engaged, and be on time. Thank you for your attention.